gonna run from the pain, hide from the shame.
Guys, it's been a long while, but welcome to another episode of Wild 4x4.
We are going to show you our camp setups. I'm going to run through mine first, then Carl will run through his. We're just going to go through it as we would if we've arrived at camp. Just tick along through it.
We're at this 6 spot,
Yeah, it's a mint spot.
just up in North Wales. Got the whole place to ourselves. Believe it or not, it's a public campsite, but we're going to make the use of it and get our full setup going.
Right, if you follow me, we'll start. So I always start with leveling the truck because you don't want to sleep on a hill. So I'm going to go and get the max tracks out the back, the tread, sorry. That's a good start, isn't it? So we'll edit that bit out.
Treads.
The treads.
Treads.
So I'm going to get the treads. Just level the truck up. So at the moment, I am very nose down. So I'm just going to whack these under. And because I'm quite nose down, I'm just going to whack some extra rocks under.
You got some handy, convenient in place rocks here, Ross.
Handy rocks.
Oh, look at that.
Just give the vehicle a bit more height. Sorry, I'm whacking it in the same place. Get off of my rock. Whack it there. And then hopefully that should lift us.
And this is pretty much what it looks like when you're always bogged, isn't it, Ross?
Yeah, pretty much. We all know that you're the one that gets stuck.
Yeah, go on, mate. Go on, go on, go on. That's pretty sweet.
About right?
Yeah, spot on, mate.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Maybe a bit more higher on that at one side than the other. But yeah, that'll do. And then set up the tent first, because if we set up the awning, we won't be able to reach parts of the tent that we need to.
Learn that on the hard way, haven't we?
Yeah, so I'll literally just unclap these two, throw her up on the gas rams, and then I'll just use the truck now to stand all over to get all my bits and bobs out the way. Wind's that way, so I would throw it that way. Wind's every way. And then I'll release the bungee that helps in the closing of the tent. Just grab that, ping him off around the other side. And then I will grab the ladder out and hope that black strap's just out the way enough. It shouldn't catch on there, perfect. Straight down. And roll this up, make it all neat. So the cover literally protects the ladder so that if you've been getting in and out with muddy feet, it won't get your canvas all dirty. So just roll that up and then starting from the top, get your ladder in the prime position to make sure it's level. Don't want it obviously too sharp because it's dangerous to get in and out, but you don't want it too angled at the same time.
And what have you got in there at the minute, Oz?
So there's absolutely nothing in here at the moment other than the tent poles, what I'm going to reach in and grab. And normally what we tend to do is just the fronts, because we move around a lot. We don't set up the two sides. So I'll just set up the front like I would normally. If you're in a campsite for a longer period of time, or it's a hot day and you want a bit of extra airflow, then by all means open the sides of them. But
so you can get a full sort of 270 view of where you're camping.
270 view and the airflow.
In a spot like this would be pretty nice if we were here for a longer time. And it's actually pretty warm as well. With this thick canvas, you might want to add, the windows open for a bit of ventilation. Yeah.
And then what I will do, but obviously in a short while, as I'll get the box out the back, put the duvet, mattress, the sleeping bags and the pillows in, and the power bank to power all the lights. And then
so you got the dimmer light in there, which powers
underneath and inside.
The LED lights here and inside, and you run that off a power bank.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, the power bank works really well. Obviously, you can get the little phone power banks that charge up your mobile phones, but I just use the power bank that we've got inside the truck that runs the fridge and just plug that straight in.
And then we just lift blue and sniff up there, and
Should we
they got a lovely bed in there.
They wish, yeah.
And you
they
and Amy
wish.
just sleep in the front.
That's it, exactly
Sweet.
that.
Nice.
And then the only other step I really do now is awning. So I'll just whack my awning out. And then everything else after that is just luxury stuff, what we can go through as well. So this is the main side of shelter for the camp setup though.
Mate, seen a few seasons this one, hasn't it?
This awning has been on for almost 4 years, I reckon now.
Beast.
Almost 4.
Been everywhere, innit?
Swing
All
that.
over Europe, up to Arctic.
And straight out.
And what size is this one?
This is 2.5 by 2.5, what I reckon is the perfect size because it comes out, all of them come out 2.5, but you obviously want one that's wide enough that you still feel covered.
So we found this is pretty much the ultimate size for a family in a 4x4, isn't it?
Yeah.
They do one size extra, don't they?
Yeah,
for
3
the-
metre. Do
3
a
metre.
2 metre, 2.5 and a 3 metre.
Which, for vans and things, is awesome. Oh, sorry, man.
Yeah, that's that. And then inside door, I have all my pegs. So I just peg that out so that if we do get a random gust of wind, that's not going to all go vanishing off everywhere.
You love a good peg, don't you?
Love a good peg. Love a good peg. Yeah, you can have the bent one.
I think you do. Ben peg.
Oh, it's going to be rocky ground.
My peg slid straight in.
Well, mine did until it got to a rock. Let's see if I've got an axe. My hammer's,
So
hammer's
super
buried.
important to get these pegged down, as we have experienced in some pretty gnarly stormy weather. They can actually flip up. So, but get them well pegged down, and you're sweet. Another top tip is just make sure you've got one corner lower than the other. So, in this glorious country, if you do get an unsuspected rain shower, the rain just pours off the side and doesn't pool up in the middle, potentially bending some of these, which don't ask how we found that out either.
Get out my chairs and table. So in the back here, I've got my ARB air locker chair and table. These are really quick and easy. I'll get Carl to do the chair and I'll do the table. And then that will finish my basic setup. And that just goes straight on.
Love that table, so good. It's taken an absolute hiding.
Perfect size, and it will carry a fair old bit of weight as well. Like we get the camp cooker on there and all our bits and bobs. And there you go. So that would be what I'd call a basic setup. And then from here, we're going to add our touches. So like Ames would go around and put fairy lights and this, that and the other, and yeah, music, I don't know, you name it, we've got it. So, and then obviously grab a beer, because beer is very important. But yeah, so that's my basic camp setup. I don't know how long that took. I'll probably put a little clip in the video on how long that took. And now we're slowly work our way through Carl's and go from there.
That looks ready for a nice cold one, mate. The thing is, we're used to taking this up and down. Well, every time we move camp,
Yeah.
really. So
Yeah.
the idea is it's meant to be quick, versatile. Get it up, get out of the weather if you need to, get in the shade if you need to.
Yeah.
Get straight out for a comfy night in the Esperance.
Perfect.
We're
going to go through your setup now.
Well, you're ready for a good night's sleep, mate.
I'm ready. So let's just slowly wang through yours. Wang through it.
Wang through it.
Just wang it. Wang through yours.
Wang.
And then you've got a different setup on your Esperance that we're going to see.
100%.
And then we'll get your awning out as well.
Yeah.
And then I might show you guys the side for the awning as well that I might put on.
Yeah,
So,
that would be sick.
and then that's
Yeah.
a couple of different things. And then what we'll probably do is stop filming for a second. Ames can just get some bits of B-roll. And then we will get the bits like the fairy lights and the fire pit out and get all that ready, and the gas stoves.
Yeah.
And then come back to you and show you what camp looks like completely set up. Yeah.
So our baseline setup is largely similar with the ARB Esperance.
Yeah.
The 2.5 meter awning. It just covers all bases.
Yeah.
That we found, but there's a few little nuances between our
Just see the
setups,
difference, yeah.
which we'll go do.
Cool.
But as per rules, let's start with the tent.
Excuse me. You got a bit of extra red bungee on yours, have you?
Yeah, for those really windy nights,
Yeah.
I throw an extra cord over the fly sheet
I see.
just to secure it down. Not that it's
That's
ever.
what happens when you keep camping on top of mountains, I suppose.
Yeah, we tend to stay in some pretty exposed places. So I've actually got a couple of very low profile inflatable mattresses in there. Not that the standard mattress isn't comfy enough. It is, and slept on it plenty of times, but when you're looking for that extra little bit of luxury, a couple of self-inflated roll mats in there can be stored up there the whole time.
Are they under the mattress or on top of the mattress?
They're actually under the mattress.
Under the mattress.
Yeah, so you've got insulation,
Yeah.
and it keeps, so we do actually still stock the sleep on the stock mattress.
Yeah. It's just you've got a bit of extra cushion underneath.
Yeah,
Right.
there's a bit of weight here that, you know, it's just nice when it's spread out.
Nice.
So yeah, that works really well.
Cool.
Very much the same. The electrics are stored in here, and again, same as always. For the convenience, right now, we'll just set up the
Front porch.
front porch, and this is just so good, you know, especially if you do get some crappy weather coming in. You can sit on the top of the ladder there, getting your shoes in, or just watching the world go by, and it really does protect you from the elements. And yeah, from the super waterproof fly sheet. So that's that. I mean, what was that? 2 minutes?
Yeah. It's super quick,
And
the
that's-
Esperance. And that's why we both run the Esperance,
Yeah.
is because it's super easy, super comfortable. The hard shell is great because it's more aero when you're doing the long journeys. Yeah, they're just brilliant tents, and that is why me and Carl both have them. Like we always say, we use everything that we sell, and there's a reason we've both got the Esperances on the trucks.
If you're just hanging out in the tent, it's really nice to have something hard that you can lean up against, and you can park that into the weather as well. You get that horizontal sideways rain. It's nice knowing you got, you know, 100% waterproof shower behind you. Oh, sorry mate, just got to do a quick truck mod. Sweet.
Getting too close to the bushes earlier. Much the same with this, exactly the same awning as what's on mine. So it's just undoing your free straps.
Well,
getting
it's
out
not the
your
same
because
because this one's not been to the Arctic Circle.
well,
so you
there is
can't-
that. Yeah, mine's much more valuable. Yeah.
Far more.
Straight out. Ah, yours has actually got the LED light in the middle, what mine doesn't have as well, because mine's an older model.
And the keen-eyed will notice there's an additional attachment here, which is stored permanently on the awning too. And this is actually a zip that goes onto the upper cater rail, which supports the 2.5 meter room. Again, brilliant if you're in some really drizzly, nasty weather and you just want somewhere dry to hold your kit. We've actually in the past left all our kit and the 2 meter room actually at camp, gone somewhere in the truck and come back and set up in exactly the same spot. So it just sort of reserves your pitch as well.
Sure.
Yeah, so very much the same. Set up the chairs, just get the kit. Out the back, we've got the epic ARB fire pit.
Yeah.
And this thing is a beast, we love it, don't we?
It's a beast.
So we'll set that up in a bit.
If you want to see that being set up, go over to our Instagram, because there's a little reel of me just putting that together for you, so you can see how easy it is. It's with super flat pack, as you can see, but it's actually a real big fire pit that can quite easily fit about 6 people around it. And it also comes with a grill that we'll show you later, so you can grill steaks or whatever you want off of it.
There you go, mate.
That's it, sweet. I haven't finished my other one yet, I'm not gonna lie.
Double park.
I can't double park. I'll go get me other one. Right, so that's your chairs coming out. And then what are you going to put the Esperance annex on now?
Yeah, get this chair out. And then, these are so good, aren't they? Super comfy chairs, nice back support. ARB have actually discontinued this line now, but they brought out an equally good camp line for 2024.
Yeah.
Yeah, just good products. And the bag, it sounds small, but it's actually big enough to put it back in again, which is a really nice feature.
Right, I'm also going to now put on the side windbreak, because we've got Carl here and we're being sociable. I do have a front windbreak, but I'm not going to use that today. That's just when me and Ames want to not be sociable. So I'm going to whack the windbreak for the side on. I'll just show you how easy this is, and it just will give you that bit of extra shelter from the wind. So it does work really, really well. So just get it out of the bag, open it up. And like, me and Ames don't have a room for our awning like Carl, so we just prefer being a bit more exposed to where we are. And because of that, that's why this works really well. So it's all just Velcro, and you just start on your front bit, and you can see that you've got Velcro on the awning itself. So it's just a case of one Velcro. This I've also had probably as long as the awning, so it's had its fair share of use. And that just goes straight over like that, and then just work your way along. Get this on first, and it's like, it is proper strong Velcro, so you don't have to worry about the wind undoing it. And you can see that I've got it set on the right side because the wind's already trying to blow it inbound. Just going to move this table over so I don't knock the precious, precious beer over. Like that. And then get some pegs on it. Someone has definitely been in my peg bag, because I don't think that's going to do a great deal of anything.
Wasn't me. Definitely wasn't me.
Have you seen that peg I just pulled out?
No.
Look at this.
Little chode peg.
Where'd you get those pegs from?
Don't mind.
Ah.
Oh, a nice axe. Who gave you that?
I know, it's a bloody lovely axe.
Bloody lovely axe.
Bloody lovely axe. Or peg hammer.
So good.
Hey?
So good. I do love the side awning setup actually.
Yeah, it's just like I just said. It's nice to, if you just want to not cut yourself off from outside.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Whereas the rooms, you feel you're very enclosed.
Very much so, yeah.
But it's also nice to have the room if you've got a swag in there or you're sleeping in it and it is really bad weather.
It's just naff.
But if you want to sit outside because you've got a view like the mountains that we've got in front of us, having that and being able to look out with a wind shelter,
you're protected, aren't you?
Is the one.
Yeah. Nice. Love it.
So yeah, that's the side. So I think we'll slowly move over and do your annex now.
Let's go through the annex.
Right, you can talk me through this as well because I've never put one of these up.
I will. It's 2 bags that I never leave home without.
Okay. Is this both there?
That's the room.
Right. Oh, for the awning?
For the awning.
Yeah. What we're not putting up today.
And generally speaking, if I don't put that up,
The annex goes
I
up.
get the annex out.
Cool.
So it just comes boot bags, pegs,
Nice.
and then this has been used a bunch, so I've rolled this up loads of times and it goes straight back in the bag.
Yeah. That's the thing with ARB, like you said earlier with the chairs, they always give you enough room to get stuff back in the bags because there's nothing worse than getting it out real neat and then you come to put it away and just can't get it back in the bag. So
They just think about real world use, don't they?
Yeah.
That's the thing. So as soon as you open it up,
got a hand?
you'll notice that, yeah, for sure. As soon as you see this grey hardware and PVC, that's the base. And what you then want to do is identify where the cater rail is.
Right.
So this is the cater rail,
Yeah.
and it comes in 3 pieces. You got a side, a back, another side.
Okay.
So the first thing we need to do is open this up,
Get the ladder in.
get the ladder in the middle. And then we take the cater to one side. The other option for the ladder, so you can actually zip it up out the way and clip it up here, which actually might be preferable for a lot of people, especially if you're just getting to grips with how this comes together. So once you've found the end of your cater, you can then
So
get
is that one side it must go in first or does it?
No, as long as you feed it so that that's on the back.
Yeah.
Start on the back first,
Start on the back first. Okay.
and then that'll make sense in a minute why we do that.
Right.
So if you get preferably if there are a couple of you, get your buddy to take the weight of the fabric as you feed in the back cater rail, and then it is this simple.
Right, so it's going onto the actual tent that's fastened to the vehicle as opposed to the overhang.
So yeah, this is actually the actual base
Yeah.
of the main tent.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'll hold that up.
And you just feed it around. So you know that's nicely square.
Okay.
So then it naturally leads you to the side where you then go on to what's actually the inner fold out part
Yeah.
and feed in the side. And that is that. And that's straight away.
Cool. And that's
Gives
one
you
side, right.
Nice bit of tension on that side. Do the same this side. I mean, we're already half the way there. What's it been? A minute?
Yeah. So back and then the 2 sides.
Yeah.
And then you've obviously got the ladder in the centre, what you've done first.
Get the ladder, it's already taken shape.
Yeah.
And this brings you to the zip. And you'll see the zip starts at one side.
Yeah.
And you then
So
start.
ideally you said earlier about having the ladder folded up, it's better probably to have it down so that you can climb up to do the zip.
So when it comes to doing the
Yeah.
zip, yeah.
I'm with you.
Definitely better, yeah, to have
Yeah.
it down. And you can work off the ladder. And you just want to shimmy it around so that
Got enough
this
tension.
cater rail just lines up with
Yeah,
the
and then
start. That's it.
there's a bit of Velcro there on the
is,
side for
there
the rain fly.
So,
Nice.
you know, I was a massive skeptic about the use of Velcro,
Yeah.
but its fly shoots never come off.
Yeah, they do use some good Velcro.
They do, it's insane. So yeah, this is what you're trying to do, is secure the outer fly to, and this is probably the fiddliest bit.
Faffy bit, yeah. Just trying to get
Getting-
the zip all lined up. Let
getting
me give
this
you some
in.
slack.
And in fact, if you actually Velcroed it first,
That'd make life easier.
it would probably make life a bit
So it
easier.
looks like you're in.
Yeah, it's in.
There she goes.
It's just really important to make sure that zip's engaged properly.
And then I'll whack the Velcro on now then.
You whack the Velcro on, mate. Taking shape. Then we simply have a pole that slots in there and a pole that slots in there. You put the guy ropes out. Obviously there's a pretty stiff breeze, but there's plenty of tie down points around the base.
Yeah.
And you got your annex, 100%. Taking it down is exactly the same as reversing that.
Nice.
So you go back to the bag, and by the power of editing, you open it up and the poles are just there, ready to go. And you'll see that these are shaped. And the
So are
tapered,
they the same twist locks as the awning?
same twist
Yeah,
lock as the awning.
nice.
Really heavy duty. And they're tapered top to bottom with a really nice solid rubber cap on the ends. And it's these that go through the designated eyelets at the top of the guy lines.
Oh yeah, I see.
And what they've done here is they've recognised that there's a taper in the tubes, and the clips actually get larger as you go down the pole. And then it's probably at this point that we just recommend getting it pegged out as you go, especially if it is a bit breezy like today. And then this is where it just takes a little bit of time, depending on how taut you want to get it, how immaculate you want your setup. Just going around the base, starting from the truck, getting these tie down points nicely secure. And what they've done here is they put some really heavy duty webbing on here, so it's not just a simple sort of cheap eyelet. It's a nice strap that you can actually adjust and tweak to get the tension absolutely right. And with time, you'll get better at doing this. In fact, one key factor that I did forget is that the base of the pole goes through that little eyelet there. So that's keeping that secure, and you know that's all in the right place. So by the time Olves has gone round and pegged out the entire base, and we've squared it up, got the guy rope centered to suit the sort of slope of the ground. you've got a lovely little annex. And this just really helps if you're, again, you know, this is a setup that takes a little bit of time. So if you're set up somewhere for a few days, really good if you've got a chemical toilet, somewhere where you want to change in privacy. It just gives you that additional space. You can hang up clothes in here, and it's actually surprisingly roomy. And how it integrates with the Esperance tents, they've thought about it. They've got some nice magnetic closures on this roll up here. So no two ways about it, guys. This is definitely that extra level if you're staying away for more than a night, because there's a bit of time involved getting it right and getting it well anchored down. But once you do, you've got a really nice usable area here. If you've been out hiking all day, you can come and put your wet waterproofs and actually hang them up here. There's actually a larder. You can get the ARB cell that can drop down. You can have a camp table and actually cook, utilising the LEDs as part of the Esperance, getting out the weather. And you can also pole out each one of these doors to have a 270-degree view awning access. All the while, you got quick access up the ladder to your room. It's a pretty sweet addition. We love it.
I hope this video is really helpful. We're going to show you some more little clips of what it's all like when we're cooking and stuff, because obviously we're going to have a load more stuff out in a second.
For sure.
But we just wanted to show you how to quickly put out the tent, the awning, and the Esperance annex, and a couple of other little extras.
100%. We know the setup is good for one night,
Yeah.
or good for 2 or 3 weeks. So you can really tailor it to whatever
Exactly.
you want your setup to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, like Carl's been away for weeks on end in his. Me and Aim's been away for weeks on end in ours as well.
I think it's time to get that fire lit, dude.
Yeah, let's go get the fire lit, crack some more beers, get some dinner on, and we will see you in the next one.
Nice.
When I run from the pain, hide from the shame, I feel it in my body. And I just can't let go, tears start to flow, I feel it